Today we're following Flava, blonde in Latin, driven by a single goal to fight for the true empire. He stands with a weak, fractured, poor southern empire and its empress, Ragea. But Flava will stop at nothing to restore its rightful glory. His goal? Make the southern empire into the empire. Thank you for joining me today, and let's begin. Okay, here we are. Let's start with selling what we don't need. My most basic start. I don't like to start with a horse. I like to build my infantry. We start selling some of the equipment that we don't use for extra money. We then buy a huge variety of food to level up our stewardship early on. And since I'm lacking a shield and have extra money, I decide to buy a bronze simple domed shield. And we already have a great start. We have some money in reserve, a variety of food, a shield, spear and sword. And on top of that, there's a tournament in Danustica. And so that's what we're going to start with. And so we are into our first tournament of the game, where we hope to win a feathered Spangenhelm. Okay. We're off to a great start, but let's see if we can keep it up. Oh, they have a little buckler shield.
Come on, let's go!
Nice. Okay, there we go. Nice. And we had won. A wonderful start to our journey and a great omen. And so of course we immediately equip the helmet and now also buy a shawl to get some better body armor. I then move around in the lands of the Southern Empire to recruit as many volunteers as I can. And it doesn't take that long until we find our first brigand group. And it's 10 mountain bandits versus 10 of us. The odds are not in my favor, but of course I'm gonna take the challenge. My plan was to hold the recruits in a shield wall and I would use my spear to poke the heads of the enemies. That didn't go too well. We were simply outplayed. I missed most of my spear thrusts, and the brigand with the shield did his job by keeping me at bay, not allowing me to poke any heads that day. Sooner than later, we escaped from captivity and we're back to recruiting units. And we also happen upon a quest from Chakorios of Tegrosos. And he wants us to deliver a herd to Lycaron. And so that's what we do. And on our way, we recruit the volunteers that we can, while also avoiding bandits. When we get to Phikaion, there's another tournament, and it's for an Imperial Gilded Crested Helmet, and so of course I'm gonna fight for it. We were also low on money, only having 6 dinars left, so I was hoping that we could make some money by either selling the helmet that I'm wearing, or the helmet that we're going to win. This is a tournament that we have to win, unless I want to be poor for a while. Come here, little man. Come here, little man. Missed. There we go. And we had won, exactly what we needed. And when we checked the helmet, there was a pleasant surprise. It got a lordly buff, meaning that it's better. But it wasn't that much better, only giving us around 5 more armor. But it had double the value of our Spangen helm, so I decided that we would sell the lordly Imperial Gilded Crested helmet for the 7k that it's worth. We then make our way over to Likaron to finally do our quest, but on the way we find 8 forest bandits. And so I decided to attack them and bully them a little bit, because I also wanted to check how strong our shields are against arrows, so I can be able to gauge future battles against other forest bandits or archer-based armies.
Footman, hear me! Engage!
Yeah, there we go. Boys are doing great though. Oof. Yeah. Oh. That last archer really wanted to take us down with him, but that didn't matter because we had won either way. We then finally make our way over to Likaron, but of course we have to pay 18 mountain bandits a little bit of a passing fee. We then deliver the herd to Valaos the silversmith, and we get our money paid, and of course some renown on top of that. And we then recruit a bunch of volunteers, maxing out our party limit. A party limit that keeps increasing because of our variety of food. And with our 24 recruits, I decide to attack 18 mountain bandits. Again, a fight that is not in our favor, but I believe that this time we would be able to do this. I knew we could do it. Come on, boys. There we go. We actually won. Woo! An astounding victory. I myself got 12 kills and our whole warband only had 8 deaths, which is quite impressive. In Likaron, we recruited 9 Imperial Caravan Guards, a tier 4 cavalry that I hoped would be really good. And with our new hefty warband, we escort a caravan for a quest, and now we have to defend it against raiders. And so I set up my infantry in a square and I send my Caravan Guards out there. Well, they got their name for a reason, I hope, Caravan Guard, and we are escorting a caravan, so let's see how they do. Oof. This is gonna be really bad. I just realized I have only volunteers, only recruits. Oof. Can we brace our spear? We can't. Damn. That sucks. This is really bad. Our Caravan Guards has 0 kills. This is really bad. Oh, there we go. I tried to do as much heavy lifting as I could, but it just simply wasn't enough. The Imperial Caravan Guard had scammed us. There were 9 of them and they were only able to get 5 kills. For a tier 4 cavalry, that's just embarrassing. So I have to retreat and leave the caravan to their own devices. When we get to the next city of Poros, they're under attack again. And of course I go over there and I try to help them. Me being wounded, I send the troops. We actually get a victory. Oh, that's 45. Don't go next to them. Oh my god, you are so dumb. At least they attacked me and not him. We're gonna have to sacrifice a lot of soldiers and a lot of baggage. And of course, we have to walk through 40 plus mountain raiders. I tank most of the damage, but the caravan still gets caught. I go to a nearby city to recruit some units, and on my way back to protect the caravan, I realize that there's nothing that we can do. But that won't stop me from trying. Going into the battle, it was quite obvious that this would be a loss, but I tried to do as much damage as I could, as the enemy army consisted of only cavalry. Hiding in a bush, man? After taking down quite a few of them myself, I fall in battle. The fight is over. I then have to leave the fight to save myself, and the caravan is demolished. The mountain raiders then attack another caravan. I then go down there to at least help them. And after sending my troops to help them, we actually win. Yeah. I then recruit some tier 5 Imperial veteran caravan guards, hoping that these guys will at least make up for the losses. We then head back to Zeonica to reinforce and regroup. I buy extra food for the road ahead to keep leveling up our stewardship, and I sit in there for a few days to recuperate. Quickly after, we attack a nearby mountain bandit hideout to help the caravans have an easier way of passing through and to farm some renown. Nice. I also test our newly recruited veteran caravan guards to see how well they can do. Our sword has no damage, no penetration through the armor. But we did it. Oh my god. Oh! The Zero Soldiers. 7 soldiers made a name for themselves in this battle. You can choose up to one or none by exiting to fight at your side. I'll translate what I just read. Simply what had happened, one of the caravan guards got a lot of kills, meaning that they are distinguished now. So I could actually recruit them as a companion. And of course that's what I do. I then get to choose 2 skills that he will specialize in, giving him 80 plus in whatever I pick. A pleasant surprise from this hideout attack. We now have a companion, and his name is Arenikos the Butcher. He keeps all his gear that he had when he was a troop, but now he's a companion. From the battle, we also got a masterwork fine steel spear worth 24,000. I put it in my inventory for now, and later on I equip it. Well, damn, we got one hell of a companion now. Arenikos the Butcher, holy. We then go back to Poros to use the money that we have gotten so far, and we get one hell of an upgrade to our gear. Increasing our armor by a lot and keeping us relatively light, we also bought a new sword and a new shield, and we equipped this spear that we got earlier. We then go out to fight 21 mountain bandits. Eager to try my new spear and then again try to win against mountain bandits, this could be huge for us to get renown and more money. Who doesn't like money?
Soldier onwards!
Nice, get him. Nice, good job, boys. Nice, boys. Let's go. And of course, it's a smooth sailing victory against the odds. And because we're fighting against the odds, it helps us get to Clan Tier 1, which we actually achieved. In Clan Tier 1, I go straight to Empress Ragea, asking to join the Southern Empire as a mercenary. But sadly, they did not need of our services. We do not care, because we will still serve them as much as we can, even though we're not a part of them yet. Having some money left over, I talk to Krotor, and I ask him to marry Faea, where we get an extremely cheap deal. 14,000 to arrange the marriage, which is super cheap. And of course I'm going to accept that. That's a steal right there. Already we have a commander wife. We then inspect her gear, and of course she is heavily armored and she has extremely good weaponry. I then go to her civilian section and I steal her Thamaskene steel spada for myself to equip it, because I will need it way more than she does in her civilian sector. We now have an extremely good one-handed sword and a pretty good tier 5 spear. And then also buy some horses, because we're so close to Yalmaris that I take a little small visit. We're able to buy 66 horses, increasing our movement speed and allowing us to upgrade units into cavalry if that's ever needed. We then upgrade our Imperial recruits into Imperial infantrymen, and then we go into battle against some more mountain bandits to test how our new units will do and our new one-handed sword. And I quickly realize, even with our low one-handed skill, this sword cuts like butter, which is quite a pleasant surprise, and of course our Imperial infantrymen are just slaughtering the enemy. After this, we do the real test. We happen upon 60 mountain bandits, and of course we're gonna fight this, right? No, this is 3. And so we set up our ranks into a shield wall, and we prepare for battle.
Get moving!
You're definitely a bit wider. Maybe even this wide?
Forward, soldiers!
Let them break your shields. Move back, move back.
Warrior,
Move forward.
warrior, move out!
Stand ground.
Soldiers!
Let's encircle.
Hear me! Hear me! Hear me!
The enemy infantry scatters. They realize how badly they have lost, and same does the cavalry quickly after. This was a decisive victory with only 7 deaths to our party. We're then able to upgrade our Imperial infantrymen into Imperial trained infantrymen. We now have a quite hardy warband with tier 3 infantry. So we gotta do another test yet again. This time we're against 79 mountain bandits. And so we head into a battle with our new tier 3 infantry to see how they fare and utilize their new equipment.
Warrior, hold! Hear me! Hit your targets!
Just keep throwing.
Warriors!
Keep throwing, keep throwing.
Hear me!
There we go.
Square up! Soldiers! Move out! Warrior! Move out! Warrior! Soldiers, hear me! Attack! Soldiers! Warriors! Moving! In a square!
After slaughtering the enemy infantry, we set up our ranks into a square to take down the enemy cavalry, because there's quite a lot of them. Not long after taking down a few of their numbers, they flee the battlefield and we have quite the victory. We even got 10.9 renown from that battle, which is huge. We now have a lot of money and I go straight to Likaron to buy some new gear for myself, because it's well deserved. The color red looks pretty nice and we have a pretty sick helmet. I then decide to go on an absolute rampage, because we're getting closer to Clan Tier 2 and I want to get there, so I start attacking everything that we come across. We attack several mountain bandits, we even attack hideouts. We do everything we can to just take down everything around us to farm some renown, because renown is the way that you get to a new clan tier. We then get to the last battle, the last hideout that we need. If we win this, we will get to clan tier 2. Nice, boys. We had fallen in battle, but that didn't matter because we had won. And boom, we are clan tier 2. But before we do anything about that, we upgrade our infantry, because we finally can. And so I get 20 Imperial Navlatons, and I upgrade the rest into Imperial Veteran Infantrymen. We now have quite the infantry. And since we are clan tier 2, I go and talk to Ragea, because now we are able to join them as a vassal, and so of course that's what we do. And Flava of Xarnume has now joined the Southern Empire. After joining, I quickly realized that we are at war with Azerai. Currently, our war exhaustion is 35-27, so we're losing by a little bit. I take my time to recruit more units to make sure that we are maxed out on numbers. After this, I walk down to the front line where I see quite a lot happening. I then follow one of the armies, and I start tailing Unkid. Then I realize that I can actually catch them, and so I attempt to do so. Oh, army's going back. I can't catch them. I then actually catch Unkid, and we're now in a battle. 361 of us versus 285 of them, and they have quite high tier troops, especially high tier infantry with their Mamluk palace guards. Pure shock infantry. I have my infantry set in order to follow me, as we were tailing kind of far behind, because our allies' infantry were a lot faster. So it took us a while to actually get into battle with all of our infantry.
Infantry! Forward! Onwards! Infantry! Move out! Warriors!
Come on, boys. Keep hitting my ally. Dude, you have to go in, like, dude, stop it. Come on, boys. We're losing so many units. It's because of their Mamluk axemen. Their axemen are tearing down our units. Yeah, we had fallen to an axeman, and the battle happened to be much closer than I thought it would. And the reason why is because the enemy had a lot of those Mamluk palace guards, getting over 150 kills. And we even got to take Sultan Unkid for ourselves as a prisoner, and we got a hell of a lot of gear. And so of course I go back to Lavenia Castle, and I put Unkid into the dungeon and let him rest there for a little bit. Only troops to the dungeon, boom. Unkid, have a breather in there. We then head out to Shibal Zumur Castle. We had just gotten it from an election, and I wanted to protect it because it was currently under siege, but there wasn't enough allies around to break up the siege, and sadly we lost the castle. Oh wow, they took it. And shortly after, peace was made, because the Azorite's exhaustion reached 100. So unfortunately, we didn't get a single castle from that war. And so I head back to Danustica where it all started, and I use a lot of the money that we have, and I buy quite some good armor for ourselves. Since there's times of peace, I decided to go and attack a bandit hideout again. This time with our newly upgraded Imperial Legionary troops. And the same thing that happened earlier happens again. We get 2 distinguished legionaries, and we make both of them into companions. After picking out their traits and skill focuses, we have Felonos the Rider and Lamenon the Swift. I then try to vote for war, but no one in the Southern Empire wants to do so, and we're paying tribute to quite a lot of kingdoms, which is also bad. I then attack one last hideout, a Sea Raider one, and then again, we get a distinguished legionary. Ooh, we got another one! Let's go! We are now quite the clan. We have quite the companions, and we are really strong. Maybe we can actually bring the glory that the Southern Empire deserves. I thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I had a lot of fun. If you want to see a part 2, a 200 days, press like. If we reach 600 likes, I will make a part 2. And again, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys another time.